Welcome to the Deep Dive, the place where we turn your research stacks into real knowledge you can use.
That's us.
Today, our mission is all about a linguistic power-up. We are diving deep into vocabulary, the kind that, well, instantly makes you sound more professional.
More authoritative, more formal. Yeah.
Exactly. Whether you're prepping for something big like IELTS, or maybe a job interview, or just, leading a meeting.
Right. We're essentially giving you a shortcut to sounding more advanced. We've gone through a whole stack of sources, focusing on, I think it's 40 pairs?
40 pairs, yeah. Common words versus their more formal synonyms.
And look, this isn't just about collecting fancy words. It's about getting that fluency, that ability to command a room, basically, having control.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit. So it's not just swapping words that mean the same thing.
No, not quite. It's about shifting your register, moving from that everyday chat you have with friends to the kind of, let's say, more precise language you need at work or informal settings. Think about help versus assist.
Right. Assist just sounds more official, doesn't it?
It does. And what's really interesting with the sources highlight is that fluency comes from having variety.
Variety, okay.
Native speakers, the really fluent ones, they don't just ditch the simple words. They gain this knack for instantly swapping, say, a common phrasal verb for a stronger single synonym.
Without even thinking about it.
Exactly. And having that range, that's the key. It gives you, the listener, control. You can tailor your language on the fly.
Control through vocabulary variety. I like that. That's really the core idea for today, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, let's jump into section 1 then. This is focusing on verbs for taking action, managing things, official processes, that sort of area.
And we have to start with maybe the most classic pair, help versus assist.
Everyone knows these, but the usage.
The usage is where it gets tricky. Assist definitely carries more professional weight. But the crucial thing, the bit that really marks out an advanced speaker, isn't just picking the word assist.
It's the grammar that follows it.
Precisely. This is where people often slip up. With help, it's usually simple. She helped her coworker finish the task. Straightforward.
Right.
But switch to assist, especially if you're assisting an action, a verb, you need to add in.
Ah, okay. So it becomes, she assisted her coworker in finishing the task.
Exactly. That little word in before the ing form, the gerund, that's the marker of advanced use. If you just say, assisted her coworker finishing, well, you lose the sophisticated effect.
And what if it's a noun? Like assisting with something?
Then it's with. She assisted her coworker with the task. Simple as that. But knowing to use in before the gerund, that's a huge signal of precision.
That little distinction says a lot, actually. Okay, moving from helping to starting things. Start versus commence.
Right. Commence is definitely the formal choice for beginning something officially, ceremonially.
So you'd say the meeting commenced at 9 a.m.
Exactly. You wouldn't say the meeting started at 9 a.m. in a very formal report, probably, or for like a legal proceeding. It just sets a different tone.
Can it sound a bit stuffy? Over the top?
Oh, absolutely, if you misuse it. Saying, I commenced eating my breakfast sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
But in official documents, announcements, formal procedures, it's pretty much essential. It signals a deliberate, formal beginning. You can even use it metaphorically. Like the source said, I commence my day by reviewing the key metrics. Sets a serious tone.
Definitely sets a different tone. Okay, next pair focuses on managing things. Deal with versus handle.
Ah, yes. And notice again, we're swapping a phrasal verb, deal with, for a single, stronger verb, handle.
Linguistic economy, you called it.
Exactly. Deal with is fine for everyday chat, but it can sometimes feel a bit indirect. She deals with customer complaints. Okay.
But she handles customer complaints.
It's cleaner, right? Shorter. Implies direct responsibility. More efficient.
Is there ever a time handle might sound too harsh? Maybe a bit cold.
That's a good point. Nuance matters. For most work tasks, complaints, data, projects, handle is perfect, efficient, neutral.
But maybe not for like a sensitive personnel issue?
Probably not. If it's delicate, maybe you'd say you addressed the situation or managed it carefully. But for standard responsibilities, handle is usually the better professional choice.
Got it. Okay, sticking with that theme, let's look at planning. Think of versus devise.
Big difference here. Think of can be spontaneous. An idea just pops into your head.
Right.
Devise, though, implies a more systematic process. Intentional planning, foresight, often something complex like a strategy or a mechanism.
So he thought of a new marketing plan is okay, but
He devised a new marketing strategy sounds much more sophisticated, like he really engineered it, put thought into the structure.
architected it almost.
Okay.
And when it comes to people management, look after versus supervise.
Look after feels very personal, doesn't it? Almost parental. You look after kids or maybe pets.
Yes.
Supervise is the official term. It's about hierarchy, formal responsibility, overseeing work, ensuring quality, following rules. She looks after the interns. Sounds kind.
But she supervises the interns.
That clearly defines her role, her authority. It's the language of management, not just kindness.
Right. Clear distinction. And to wrap up this section, the difference between boss and employer seems obvious, but
It's crucial for formal contexts. Boss is usually your direct manager, the person, casual term. Employer is more official, technical. It refers to the company, the organization, the entity that hires you, often used in legal or contractual contexts.
so chatting with a friend, you'd say, I asked my boss for a raise.
Yeah. But on a job application or discussing employment law, it's always the employer. She discussed the terms with her employer. It sounds more formal, more institutional.
Okay, that makes sense. We've covered those action verbs, commence, supervise, devise.
Yeah.
Now let's shift gears into section 2. This is about precision in language.
Yeah, getting more specific, adding nuance to descriptions and outcomes.
First up, family versus household.
Often used interchangeably, but technically they're different, especially in official contexts like demographics or legal forms.
How so?
Household is specifically about people living together, under one roof, sharing resources, maybe a budget.
Ah, okay. So my cousins overseas are family, but not part of my household.
Exactly. If you're filling out a census form or an insurance application, they'll ask about your household. It's about the living unit. There are 4 people in her household is precise about who lives there. Family is broader.
Right, precision matters there. Okay, how about describing style? Modern versus contemporary.
This one's interesting, especially in areas like design or real estate. Modern can actually refer to a specific historical period like mid-century modern.
Ah, yeah. Modernism.
Exactly. Contemporary, on the other hand, means right now. Current trends, very recent styles.
So a newly built house with all the latest design features would be?
Contemporary. Calling it modern might accidentally make it sound dated, ironically. Contemporary feels fresher, more up to the minute.
Good distinction. And describing variety. We upgrade from different to diverse.
Yes. Diverse implies more than just not the same. It suggests a richness, a breadth that comes from the variety. It's the standard in professional settings.
So students come from different backgrounds is fine, but
Students come from diverse backgrounds. Sounds better, more positive. And you always hear about diverse portfolios or diverse skill sets in business, right? It suggests strength in variety.
definitely. Okay, this next one feels like a big step up in authority. Experience versus expertise.
Huge difference. Experience just means you've done something maybe for years.
Right, 10 years experience.
But that doesn't automatically mean you're brilliant at it. Expertise, however, implies mastery. Specialized knowledge, deep skill, probably gained through focused practice or study.
So putting expertise on your CV.
That's a much stronger claim. You're saying you're a top-level specialist. It carries a lot more weight, especially in job hunting or consulting.
Raises the stakes significantly. Similar kind of upgrade with possible versus feasible.
Yes, this is all about practicality. Possible means, well, it could happen. The laws of physics don't forbid it.
Like your example of a skyscraper made of frozen yogurt. Possible, technically.
Ah, exactly. Possible maybe. But feasible asks, can we actually do it? Given our time, money, resources, technology, is it practical?
So feasible is the real world check.
Absolutely. It's crucial in project planning, engineering, business strategy. If someone asks if a project is feasible, they want to know if it's actually achievable, not just theoretically imaginable.
Makes sense. And let's finish this section with a nice one. Successful versus fruitful.
Ah, fruitful. I like this word. Successful often means you just met the objectives. Tick the boxes.
The meeting was successful, we made a decision.
Right. But fruitful, that suggests more. The meeting was fruitful. It implies the discussion itself was rich, generated great ideas, maybe built relationships, produced something valuable beyond the checklist.
Like it will bear fruit later on.
Exactly. It adds a layer of quality to the outcome.
Nice. Okay, moving into section 3. This is all about communication, isn't it? Investigations, requests.
Yeah.
The language of formal interaction.
Pretty much the core of professional life, yeah. Starting with explain versus clarify.
When you use which?
You ask someone to explain if you just don't get it at all. Basic understanding is missing.
Okay.
But you ask someone to clarify if you understand the basics, but need more detail, more precision, or maybe the information seems ambiguous.
So could you clarify point number 3 is a polite way of saying that wasn't quite clear enough?
Exactly. It's professional. It asks for refinement without being accusatory. You're seeking precision.
Good one. Okay, now some straightforward upgrades. Replacing phrasal verbs again. Talk to becomes
Communicate with, especially in writing. She communicated with her manager. Sounds much more formal, suggests a proper exchange of information, maybe via email or memo. Talk to is just casual chat.
right. And the 3-word phrase, get in touch.
Yeah. Just use contact. Simple, direct, professional. I'll contact you next week. Standard business language. Get in touch is softer, more social.
Okay, clear wins for efficiency there.
Yeah.
Now, when something serious happens, we need stronger language. Look into versus investigate.
Big difference in tone here. Look into sounds preliminary, maybe informal.
Like a quick check.
Yeah, but investigate. That sounds official, serious. It implies a formal, systematic examination to find the cause, the facts, maybe assign responsibility.
So if the company says it's investigating an issue,
It signals a formal process is underway. Maybe audits, interviews, documentation. It's the language of compliance, risk management, formal inquiries, much heavier than just looking into it.
definitely raises the stakes. Okay, in work, we often need things. Time, resources. So formal ways of asking. First, ask for becomes.
Request. It's the standard formal verb for asking for something officially. You don't just ask for vacation time in a formal system, you request it.
She requested a budget increase.
Perfect. It implies a formal process.
And this ties into the next one. Needing more time becomes requesting an
An extension. That's the specific noun, especially for deadlines, contracts.
So she needed an extension on the report deadline.
Exactly. It's the codified professional term. It implies a formal request was likely made and hopefully granted.
Okay? And final one for communication. Drawing attention to something important instead of point out.
Use highlight. It feels more active, more strategic, like using a highlighter pen.
You're deliberately emphasizing something key.
Right. She highlighted the critical risk factor. It suggests it deserves special focus more than just casually pointing it out. It's stronger, more visual.
Got it. Okay, section 4. This looks like a big group completion, evaluation, critical thinking.
Yeah, it covers a lot of ground. Focus here is often on the depth implied by the formal word. Doing something thoroughly, critically, officially.
Right. First pair. Choose versus select.
Subtle difference. Choose can be casual, maybe even emotional. Select often implies picking from a defined set of options, perhaps based on criteria. More common in formal or official contexts.
Like, please select your preferred option from the list below.
Exactly. It sounds a bit more deliberate, more formal than just choose one.
Okay. And when searching for something, look for versus seek.
Look for is general. I'm looking for my keys.
Right, every day.
Seek implies a more purposeful, maybe more challenging search. Often for something less tangible or more significant advice, employment, a solution, refuge.
They are seeking funding for the project.
Yes, it sounds more formal, more serious than just looking for funding. Implies an active, determined effort.
Makes sense. How about showing things off? Show off versus exhibit.
Show off can sound boastful, informal. Exhibit is the formal word for displaying something, usually proudly, often in a curated or official setting, like art in a gallery or products at a trade show.
The company will exhibit its latest technology.
Perfect. Professional, formal.
Okay, dealing with delays. The common phrasal verb, put off. The formal alternative.
Postpone. This is standard business language. It signifies an official decision to delay something to a specific later time.
Implies rescheduling, communication.
Right. It's not just procrastination, like putting it off can sometimes imply. They postpone the meeting until Tuesday. Clear, official action.
Got it. Now, finish versus finalize. People mix these up, don't they?
They do. Finish just means you stopped working on it. The task is done.
Okay.
Finalize means you've completed all the steps, the final checks, the approvals, the sign-offs. It's officially complete and ready for whatever's next, submission, publication, etc.
So, we finalize the contract, means it's signed, sealed, delivered.
Pretty much. It implies administrative closure, not just stopping the drafting.
Right. Important difference. Okay, a few quick single word upgrades now. Instead of find out.
Discover. Sounds a bit more significant, like uncovering something previously unknown. We discovered the root cause.
Instead of fix.
Repair. More specific to restoring something broken or damaged, often implies skill or tools. He repaired the equipment.
Instead of throwaway.
Discard. Sounds more official, permanent, often used in policies about document retention or asset disposal. Discard outdated files.
And instead of keep up, like keeping up a routine.
Maintain implies continuous, consistent effort over time. Maintain quality standards, maintain your fitness routine. More durable, more formal.
Okay, good list. Now, you said there were 2 really powerful upgrades related to evaluation.
Yes, these add significant weight. First, review versus scrutinize.
Scrutinize sounds intense.
It is. Review can just mean read over. Scrutinize means examine very closely, critically, often looking for flaws, errors, problems.
Like you're putting it under a microscope.
Exactly. Essential in legal context, finance, auditing, risk assessment. If you scrutinize a document, you are performing a deep, critical analysis, way beyond a simple review.
High stakes word. And the second one, check out versus inspect.
Similar idea. Checkout is casual, a quick look. Inspect implies a formal, careful examination against standards or a checklist.
Quality control. Safety checks.
Precisely. The engineer inspected the bridge. The manager inspected the final product. It implies thoroughness, often documentation, official examination.
Got it. And for getting advice, talk with versus.
Consult. Specifically used when seeking professional advice or expert opinion, often implies a formal arrangement, maybe even payment.
Consult a lawyer. Consult an expert.
Right. Much more formal than just talking with someone.
Okay, and the last one for this section, the efficiency win. Replacing make sure with.
Ensure. Single word. Much more formal and direct. It means to guarantee or make certain something happens, often implies responsibility.
Please ensure all doors are locked.
Standard professional instruction. Clear, concise, authoritative. It's a great example of that linguistic economy we talked about.
Definitely packs a punch. Okay, final section, section 5. This is about mental effort, right? Perseverance, reflection.
Exactly. The inner game, you could say. First, sticking with something difficult. Keep going versus persist.
Persist sounds more determined.
It does. More formal, carries a sense of resolution, continuing despite obstacles. She persisted with her studies despite the challenges. It highlights her strength.
Okay, and thinking deeply about something. Think over versus reflect on.
Reflect on implies deeper consideration, more thoughtful, analytical, not just mulling it over, but really examining it.
He reflected on the feedback before responding.
Suggests careful consideration, weighing different aspects, more profound than just thinking it over.
And improving skills instead of just work on.
Strengthen. This implies targeted effort to make something specific better, more robust, not just general effort, but focused improvement.
She is strengthening her negotiation skills.
Sounds much more intentional, more focused on building capability.
Good one. Thinking about the past. Look back becomes.
Reflect. But remember the grammar here. You can just reflect generally, or you reflect on something specific.
Right. She reflected on her career path, need the on.
Correct.
Okay, last pair. Giving in, stopping resistance. Give in versus yield.
Yield is the formal term here, often used in contexts of negotiation, conflict, or pressure. It means to concede or surrender after resisting.
The company eventually yielded to the union's demands.
Exactly. Sounds much more formal, almost historical sometimes, than the casual gave in.
Wow, okay. That's 40 pairs covered. Quite a list. And the recurring theme, as you said, is often replacing those everyday phrasal verbs.
It really stands out, doesn't it? Look into becomes investigate, put off becomes postpone, make sure becomes ensure.
So connecting the dots for the listener, what's the big takeaway here?
The big takeaway is you still need the everyday words. Don't go around saying commence all the time.
Right, you'll sound like a robot.
Exactly. You use help and look into and throw away most of the time. That's natural. But real fluency, that advanced level, comes from having the option.
Having the variety.
Yes. The ability to switch registers instantly. Like the sources say, a truly fluent speaker can chat casually with a colleague using phrasal verbs, then turn around and address a senior manager or a client using ensure, commence, scrutinize, clarify, without missing a beat.
That adaptability, that control, that's the goal.
That's the goal. It gives you strategic control over how you sound, how you're perceived, whether you're writing formally, making a case, or handling an interview. These synonyms are keys to unlocking that professional authority.
It really is the difference between just speaking the language and truly mastering that professional level, the professional lexicon.
Well put.
So thinking about all those single verbs replacing the multi-word phrasal verbs, ensure, for make sure, investigate, for look into, does make you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Something for you, the listener, to maybe think about. Well, does becoming more professional in your language often come down to this kind of linguistic economy? Choosing one strong, precise word instead of several more casual ones. Is efficiency maybe a key part of sounding truly advanced?
That's a fascinating question to reflect on, actually. Efficiency as a hallmark of professional communication. Definitely something to consider as you start using these words.
Indeed. Well, thank you for guiding us through that. Really useful pairs.
My pleasure. It's powerful stuff when you apply it.
Absolutely. Okay, that's all for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.